So how do you break out of this scale-shaped playing where you go up and down and you really bore the heck out of yourself because you've been practicing the pentatonic scale up and down, perhaps in all 5 positions you practice the major minor scale, right? And pretty soon you did that so much that when you start soloing, that's what you do. That's what the brain does. It's like a scale, a ladder that you go up and down, and it's really, really hard to break it, or is it? I have one simple strategy when it comes to breaking that pattern, and that is, point 1, practicing sequences, practicing licks that involves string skipping. Because string skipping really gives you or forces you to break that pattern completely. So if you have for instance, the blues scale here in the first position in the key of E, right, first position, 12th fret, right? Then if you decide to say, okay, let's pick an area I really like, this the 12th and the 14th fret on the G string, and the root note in the 14th fret on the D string. Then you have the blue note right there in the 15th fret, right? And then you can go for the E string and skip the B string completely. So you have the 12th and the 15th fret up there. So now I have another scale shape, and I can apply the same logic that I usually do, but now I force myself out of going, right? Because I have that huge jump in there. And just try to play a solo using only those, what is that 6 notes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And force yourself to stay there. Right? A really cool idea that we'll just look at in a second. But that really forces me out of it, and I still use the same movements that I've been practicing for hundreds of thousands of times. It's the same thing I do. I only add that little jump there, really, and that forces me out of my scale shape playing. I could also say, okay, I'm going to play every other string. So I have the E string, right? I have the G string, the 12th, 14th, and 15th, and the 12th and 15th on the E string. I skip the B. And then I have the 3 chromatic notes down on the A string in the 12th, 13th, and 14th. Right? So I get... Right? And suddenly I'm just out of it. So when you solo and there's something you're frustrated about, apply a rule like that, or say, this is what I'm going to do for the entire week. Whatever I play, whatever I'm playing over a jam track, and I hope you're playing over jam tracks every single day, because it builds your actual soloing skills, and I'm going to apply this rule. So and you need to put in time there. If you just do this for 10 minutes, it's not going to work. You need to completely remove yourself from your old behavior, apply a rule like that, and then stick to it for an extended period of time, like 1 or 2 weeks. Then suddenly you will feel that becomes the new normal. That becomes the pattern you're using without even thinking about it. So let's just look into a couple of licks you can do with this in mind. The first one is a really cool, and it's not that hard to do when we're talking string skipping. So just come close up here. We got the G string as before, the 12th, 14th, and 15th fret. And I go up that. I just hit the first note, hammer on the 14th, and hammer on the 15th. Then I hit with an upstroke the 12th fret on the high E string, and I go right back again and pull off the 3 notes. So I go, right? From here, once I get back to the first note again, I hit the 15th fret on the high E string. And I do this with outside string shifting, so I go down and then up, down. So I hit the high E string and go down on the lowest string. And it's really easy to not hit the B string in this way. Then I hit the 15th fret again with an upstroke and return right back to the first note again with a downstroke. Once I've been practicing this for a while, I can hit the low note in the 14th fret on the D string. So So every other time I hit this note and I hit that note. Let me just play the whole thing slowly for you. Upstroke here, I use an inside string shift for the low note to the again. And this is not just a fast lick that you can really enjoy. It's an improvisational tool where you go, right? So experiment with stopping on different notes, ending the lick. Right? Really use it to improvise with, but practicing the lick over and over and over again will build a new pattern into your hand and give you, you can do the same thing here, right? Because we had 3 notes on the one string and then we had 2 on the top. Where else do we have this combination? Well, down here. If you go down to the A string, you have the notes of the blues scale in the 12th, 13th and 14th fret, right? Then you can reach for the 12th fret on the G string. And you have the other note in the 14th fret, so you can do the exact same movement with different frets and different notes. And then have the low note be in the 15th fret, the second note of the blues scale, on the low E string. Right? So now you have a simple sequence of notes that you can practice to build that pattern into your fingers. And you also have a simple rule that you can apply whenever you are soloing, whatever the scale might be. If it's the diatonic, let's say it's the E minor scale. Right? By using string skipping. Such a simple little technique, such a simple little trick, and you're out of the playing up and down like that. If you're interested in learning more about string skipping and really playing some really cool stuff, then go check out our new program. You can click the link just below here. So that's the ad of today. Only $99.95, not exactly, but almost. And if you haven't already downloaded our free alternate picking course, go do that by clicking the link. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video.